to the Sarah Millican television programme, where I tell TV I love it and then get jealous that it's saying other presenters. I love television, it's taught me everything I know. I love The Apprentice, a show where Lord Sugar fires people who don't actually work for him. It's like me ringing Colin Firth and saying, it's not you, it's me. When they get fired, they have to get straight in a taxi, which ironically is driven by the bloke who won Series 3. I love Total Wipeout. It's pure light entertainment. It's lots of people falling off things into water. Basically, you've been drowned. Richard Hammond mocking people for minor mishaps. It's like George Michael criticising your parking. I've learned so much while watching Crime Watch. If you're going to commit a major crime, get your hair done and put some lippy on so you don't look like shite in the reconstruction. Basically, on Crime Watch, it's just the police saying, we can't do this, can you help us out? It'd be like on Embarrassing Bodies, the doctor saying, do you know what the hell this is? Should we just cut it off? Tonight, I'm going to be talking about two different types of TV programmes, sport and entertainment. And I don't mean when you watch someone do the long jump and there's dog dirt in the sand. Sport is on telly all the time, you just can't avoid it. It's like PE at school. Remember in the infant school when you just wore vest and pants for PE? One summer day I was wearing a sundress with no vest, so when it came to PE I was just wearing pants. Rather than find me a vest, the teacher made everyone do it just in their pants. I'm pretty sure if I could remember her name, I could get her arrested. Mrs. Pullen. People say PE lessons are valuable preparation for life. Yes, without PE, your first experience of standing crying in your pants would be in your 30s, in a fitting room, in Topshop. I hated the communal showers in PE. I didn't need a shower anyway, because I never got picked for anything. I just put things away at the end. Honestly, how much of a sweat can I work up putting hockey sticks back in a cupboard? According to statistics, PE was most people's worst experience at school. It came ahead of bullying. Please punch me in the face, it'll get me out of rounders. I wasn't a very good swimmer. When we did our 25 metres, the pool that we did it in was really small, so we had to do corner to corner to corner to corner. I've never been very good at swimming on me front. I've always been better on me back. But I was so nervous of hitting my head that I turned too quickly, so instead of getting a 25 metres badge, they gave me a certificate for 10 metres. As I just in a little circle in the middle. I was better than my friend Debbie, though. She was so rubbish at swimming, she didn't think anyone would notice if she just walked across the pool. As long as she did the arms. But it was so tragic that nobody had the heart to tell her that we could see her legs because it was water. She was like a rubbish Jesus. They let us try fancy sports at our school, and I found out that I'm pretty good at javelin. But it turns out it's judged on distance, not height. I was also good at darts as a child. I nearly always hit the wooden square on the wall and occasionally the round felt bit in the middle. That was at an after-school club we had called Tiddlers, where we'd drink tea, watch old films and play darts. I've got a horrible feeling that I was dropped off at an old people's home. In netball, it was always the popular girls that were asked to pick teams, and I was usually picked last. There was even a time when one team decided they would rather be a man down than have me on their side. But once, just once, the teacher asked me if I'd like to pick a team. Of course I bloody did. So I picked every girl in that class who had glasses or an inhaler, a wonky eye, braces or a sling. I built myself a team. team of mutants. Or as I like to call them, me friends. We will trip people up without crutches. We will see the ball better without jam jar glasses. We will obscure the opponent's vision without massive perms. Now, if this was a Hollywood film, we would have won. But it wasn't. It was a comprehensive school in South Shields. We got slaughtered. For most of those girls, it was the first time they'd held a netball when not putting it in a cupboard. Some people continue doing PE as an adult. Some people even hire personal trainers to be mean to them and motivate them to lose weight. Or you could just get married to the wrong man. The last time I was in a gym, they were called leisure centres. I was only really interested in vending machines. But to be fair, you can work up a bit of a sweat if your double-decker gets stuck and you have to shake it loose. A friend of mine once saw a woman immacking a nunny in the changing room in a gym. She popped it on, but you know you've got to keep them separate. Have her legs apart for 15 minutes while it worked. Another friend saw a man on a treadmill eating a Happy Meal. With the Olympics coming up, people will get motivated to be more active. I feel the same when Wimbledon starts and I want to play tennis, or when Delia Smith's on the telly and I want to eat. Or when Gary Barlow's on the telly and I want to eat. I made a bar of dairy milk recently. Still in my tea. When I'd finished, I noticed it said on the wrapper, Dairy Milk are proud sponsors of the Olympics, and I thought, oh my God, have I just done a sport? So what I need is an expert from the telly to teach me about sport. If a red-faced man in a pub ever tells you that women don't know about sport, just saying her name will instantly shut them up. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome top BBC sport presenter, Clare Bolden. Hello. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Let's see a little bit of you in action.
Today, I think this is a very exciting day. The King Edward VII's a great lineup. The Coronation's a great race as well.
Yes, you've got some very good fillies, but can the fillies of England beat the foreign raiders? You know, the and I include the Irish in that.
And the French.
And yeah, that's what I was coming to. Claire.
And the
yes.
American? Yeah.
And yes, I was coming to that. Yeah. Well, you've just took all my lines away from me. Right, sure. Thank you very much. Carry on now.
The worst thing is you might think that was rehearsal. It wasn't. It was live.
He looks remarkably tall for a jockey. I think we've got a photo of what it actually normally looks like.
He's got a very big personality.
OK, you've seen it, have you?
I wear with it all the time.
Now, do you actually watch the sport when you're presenting, even if it's something shit like golf?
I love golf. I do, yeah, I commentate on golf for the radio. So the Open Golf, I was following. I had Phil Mickelson, final day. None of this will mean a thing to you, but I was very excited.
OK.
For 10 holes, honestly, he played magic golf. It was amazing, and then he fell apart.
Magic golf?
Magic golf.
Is that like crazy golf?
Yeah, it was. It was like crazy golf. It was so exciting.
Like in the windmill.
Yeah, up over the bridge. All of that was brilliant.
Have you ever been commentating on a sport and thought, oh my God, I've just forgotten all of the rules to this?
Frequently, yes.
So you've got no idea if they're doing well or not?
Not so much you've got no idea whether they're doing well, but you sometimes go blank. So I presented darts once, and only once. And at the end of it, I literally, as I was going live for the final link, I couldn't remember the name of the guy who'd won it. Seriously, I couldn't. I just thought, oh, please come. So I kept the sentence going, and wonderful scenes here, congratulations to... And as I went to, the name popped into my head.
You didn't just say, the big fat one!
Next time, that's what I'll do.
Just have that as a standby.
Yeah, it's good, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
At school, were you always picked first for games?
No, I'm quite crushed by that and damaged psychologically. So I just commentated on them, and then I found myself with a career.
Sort of get your own back.
Yes, totally.
I like that, on all those bitches.
Yeah.
Now, you love horses. But you know what happens to horses when they're not very good. Do you ever use a Pritt stick and get sad? I knew him.
She might cry.
Oh, really?
It's awful.
Could you do it to camera?
They have a very good retraining of racehorses charity set up that actually makes sure that racehorses that don't really want to race anymore, they can do something else, they get trained for something else.
What else do they do?
Well, my dad trained a horse for the Queen once called Forge, and he ended up not liking racing at all, and he became an extra in films, but with the films even. He was in that series Trainer, do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And he decided they had this shot at Newbury Racecourse, and they did the race however many times, and by the third go he just thought, I don't like this, so he lay down. So I'm not doing any more of this. And that basically is why he wasn't a very good racehorse.
Quite a diva then.
Yeah, he was. Get me offset.
I want my own caravan. Is it a caravan to trailer, isn't it? It's not a caravan. Rubbish diva. I want a caravan. Take your trailer and stuff it up your arse. Now, I'm not really that, if I'm honest with you, I'm not really that into horse racing, but there is a clip that I
Fine,
like.
that's fine,
No,
that's fine.
we found a clip that I like.
Apologies for the for a couple of expletives there.
I love that we put a circle around it just in case anybody didn't spot it. I hope he doesn't know that we put a circle
Well,
around it,
it's
because it's not very complimentary, is it? We had to put a circle around because it was very all. I have sat on a horse once, only once ever, and it hurt me nunny, and then it stood on my sister's foot, and we were like, we're never going to a school fair ever again. But I was a little bit worried that I might have lost my virginity. It had never been so down there before. Is it possible to lose your virginity?
I don't think it's possible to lose your virginity, but I think way back in Victorian times they would make women ride side saddle to make sure there wasn't the danger of legs spread.
Legs akimbo.
Yeah. Action going on, and then maybe when they got married their husband would think that they weren't a virgin, but actually they were.
Wow.
Yeah.
He'd have his torch out and that, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
That's amazing. But then maybe after that they're allowed to ride a horse properly.
I think sometimes it's a pretty good excuse, oh, I've just been riding a lot.
Yeah. I've just been on a horse. So it's been great talking to you, Clare.
Has it?
It really has, but I'm not very good at ending these conversations that we have, these nice chats. And as you know, a good finish is very important. So what I need is an expert to help me out, someone who knows all about big finishes. Please welcome world champion gymnast, Beth Tweddle. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Beth. Now, how are your Olympic preparations coming on?
Training's going really well. I start competition season soon, so that'll be sort of